Well, I wasn't going to say it, but I did. Happy Friday.
That's what he was going to say.
It's actually Friday, so we have a Friday fun video, which is, you know, the usual thing, the questions and answers that the viewers seem to enjoy. But first I want to interject something. We talked last time about Pongo getting into the cat box room and availing himself of his own private snacking hour. And we decided after making that video, I was like, you know, maybe I should do something about that. So we did a little project.
Well, I didn't do that much.
She provided moral support.
Exactly.
And she corralled children in Home Depot. Anyway, so a quick aside, let's look at that. We're on our way to Home Depot. You remember that we were talking about Pongo, who keeps getting into the cat box.
Pongo being the dachshund.
Pongo being the dachshund. So what we are doing is we're going to Home Depot and we are going to buy a new door. And I'm going to buy a cat box door because it's Sunday. It's the weekend. We're doing weekend things. I'm not working on one.
Here we go. Gonna go into Home Depot.
Are you guys throwing leaves at each other?
Why not? Okay.
All right, well, let's go.
Hey, Willow, be careful. Terrible parking lot. Yeah, one of the worst parking lots in LA. Now we're getting another. I have no idea what he's looking at.
I'm trying to find bar and chain oil.
Okay.
Look behind our backs. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Hey.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. No, that doesn't
How it works.
I win.
Interior doors are here.
She's looking for a 30 by 80 door.
Very exciting.
But it's got to be the... Well, what about this one?
Away.
30.
Go away.
Right, it's this one if we wanted a boring door.
Do you want a boring door? Because Sadie's door isn't boring.
No, but then Willow, do you have something that you like? What's your favorite thing?
Ollie, look at this.
Wow, that's annoying.
Look at this one.
We found a door. Now, Spencer is tying said door. Say hi.
Hi. Using some of my beloved late father's flat nylon rope. Dad loved rope more than darn near everything in the world.
It's true.
He'd see rope on the side of the road and side of the highway and stop and pick it up. He never let a piece of rope or a discarded work glove go past. Good old Dad. And thanks to him, I've got some very, very nice flat nylon. Well, we have a door and bar and chain oil, which is important for chainsawing. And so this afternoon, because I'm not rebuilding a watch, I'm going to be installing a door, and that's going to be buckets of fun. But the cats are going to appreciate it, but Pongo won't. Okay, check in with you later.
Milo likes his new door.
What?
So, unsurprisingly for us, we bought the... What?
Oh, nothing. Go on. I didn't realize you were filming. Go for
Yes,
it.
we bought the wrong size door.
No, we did not buy the wrong
Well,
size.
no, the wrong length because...
No, it wasn't even the wrong length. It was perfectly fine. I just had to trim the bottom, the outside framing, and it was great.
Quickly want to introduce somebody that you guys have never seen. This is my kitty. His name's Finn, but we usually call him Finny. And his name's also Phineas, or Young Phineas, or Young Phineas Maximus. I don't know why he has so many names, but he's a little scaredy cat, so he has never been in a video for you to see. And later you will see a little video of the stupid dachshund Pongo, who is the reason why we had that trip today. But also, here's Fat Man. There's Mr. Milo. Okay, on to the next thing. Okay, super quick video of the old door that came with our house, which Sadie drew some pictures, put on it. It was done like this when we moved here a million years ago, and it is obviously a piece of garbage. And this is the current pull for them to get in to do their business. And Pongo, obviously, his little legs can't get through there. Okay. There is the doggy in question, so he really wants to go inside and try to get someone's lunch. He is a hungry dog all the time.
Kind of hard to get an idea, but there it is, all stained and in. And there's my glorious kitty door, just for them. So there it is, everything's safe, the world is saved. So we have a new door, very proud of it. And as far as I can tell, there's no way Pongo has been able to jump up there, but the cats all can navigate it. So success. Anyway, so you have questions?
I have questions. Sorry, some guy was yelling at me on Instagram and now I'm looking at my phone.
Yeah, Sabrina has a little bit of a temper.
No, I don't. I'm happy.
Anyway, some jerk yelled at her about whether or not his art piece could be called a product.
On Museum of Glass on Instagram. And he got all pissy and now I'm annoyed.
So screw Museum of Glass on Instagram.
Yes. There. I badmouthed something. Okay. Question time.
Yep.
Okay, from Geomancer. Would you have any tips on sourcing a bracelet for a Bellmatic? My father left me his. It's now 45 years old and still running, but it has this really bad replacement bracelet. Hilarious story with the cat and dog, by the way.
It depends on the specific model of Bellmatic. Seiko bracelets are like their own thing. There's like a whole school of like, I don't know, that's a whole class of collecting stuff in of itself, because Seiko was nuts about their bracelets. The watch was never just the watch. It was the watch and the bracelet all together always. So they always put a lot of thought into that. Larry Boulinet of Uncle Seiko remakes one of the most, typical commonly used Bellmatic bracelets. And it's beautifully done. But it depends on the specific sub-model that you have. So that would be the first place to start, is to flip your watch over and look at the casing number on the back, which would be 4006- whatever that is. Put that whole number in to Google and put in Seiko 4006- whatever the heck the rest of the stuff is. And and then see what the images show you. You could also ask me. It's just finding a loose bracelet for any Seiko model, that can be a real challenge. So, but let's start with what model bracelet should have been on there.
I think every video deserves a cat, but I just woke him up, so he's kind of annoyed. There you go. You're free.
He was asleep,
I'm now a cat fur on my lip gloss. Okay. From David Pentecost. I enjoy these Q&A videos. Thanks. I have a non-running Seiko Elnix that I am considering restoring, and I would be very interested in your opinion of the Elnix series. They seem to be a somewhat forgotten, oddball step between mechanical and quartz watches.
Yeah, they are. There was a period right in in the mid to late 60s when electronics started, solid state stuff started getting small enough that you could actually make circuits that were incredibly small. I mean, you didn't have to have a watch with vacuum tubes in it. And so when the technology got small enough, you started being able to do things like you got the different solutions to the problem of measuring time, like a Bulova Accutron with its tuning fork, or a lot of these things, which is this intermediary step that you have a watch that isn't a quartz watch, which has a stepper motor and a counter and all this other kind of stuff, vibrating crystal. You have the Elnix stuff, and what it is those watches, they're this odd thing where you, instead of having a mainspring that is wound either manually, automatically, or whatever, and that transmits power through the train and moves the balance back and forth. Instead, you have a battery, and the battery does the same thing. It interacts with the balance, which has a an interactive thingy on it, and it makes it continue to go back and forth. So you're substituting mechanical power for electric power, but they work the same way. They have diafix settings or die-shock settings, and they have a balance that can be adjusted for accuracy, and they have a mechanical train. They weren't made for very long. There was a bunch of different ones. There was the Elnix, and there was oh gosh, there's Timex Electronic. The Timex Electrics, they used those. And there were a number of other like brands that used that thing. I honestly have never really fiddled with them that much, though I'd like to. They're funny when they run because they sound sort of persistent. Tick, 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 tick. But I have a couple actually, but I've never really worked on them. It's cool tech, but then quartz came along, and that was really the end of that. It's a simpler, steadier, stronger technology that unlike the Elnix, which was kind of still included the more challenging parts of a mechanical watch, quartz simply works. So there we are. Sorry.
What are you sorry about?
Because I don't have a more informative answer because I've never really worked on them.
Oh, okay. From Go Aztecs, great questions today. Thanks for another awesome Friday Fun video. Sabrina's new hair color is also super cute. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend. I just wanted to say thank you.
Yeah, she likes this this Scully red. Mm-hmm. Scully like X-Files, that kind of thing. She really digs that.
Yes. Okay, and I didn't get very many questions this time around, but what I did get was a lot of people saying, "Oh my God, her face." I don't know. Now I'm like practically always laughing when you're talking.
Are you really?
Yes, I was having all to do not to laugh.
It's because she watched a lot of Buffy.
And I watched Clueless a lot.
Oh yeah, right, Clueless. Yeah. That's the same one with
I
all
had
the...
an aunt that told me that I reminded her of Alicia Silverstone in it. And I guess it's just forced a habit now.
The problem is I come from a long line of men who talk a lot.
And I glaze over after a while, I'm sorry. His dad used to talk about Nietzsche.
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 The philosopher Nietzsche.
See, that's how much I was paying attention. I'd sit there and Yep.
My dad was a lifelong academic. He had 4 degrees, including 2 doctorates, and he was a professor and a researcher. And his brother was a professor of physics. Dad was a professor of microbiology, and they were both keen students of political philosophy and all kinds of other stuff. And they always assumed that they had anybody who was around them is an audience. And so, Dad loved having Sabrina over because she was one of the young people, and and I don't know, you interacted with Dad in a different way than I ever did.
I don't know, he just talked a lot, and I just smiled and nodded.
But anyway, I still have that same disease, the desire to explicate, the desire to explain and teach, even though I'm not a teacher, really. But so Sabrina, who has many thoughts and feelings about a wide variety of subjects, is always getting steamrollered because my mouth is opening and closing.
He's the talker. When we're at parties, he's the talker and the listener.
I don't know, it's interesting. People are interesting. It's interesting to speak to people.
Hang on
and
one second.
What's...
Oh, nothing. The person wrote back.
Oh, what, the glass person?
The glass person.
The glass person wrote back.
Oh, now they're smiling and saying that they weren't being mean. Whatever.
Yeah, okay, well, whatever. The thing about being online is that it does not convey tone. You have to be very, very careful.
Well, when I'm gonna end up moving.
Oh, you can show your.
Well, no, what I was gonna say is when you use apostrophes over things, that seems mean. I don't like mean people. Mm-hmm.
But since we found your camera, you should show off your camera.
I have 3 cameras here.
Anyway, one of her hobbies used to be, we used to live in San Francisco,
Briefly.
which was briefly, well, I lived there for a long time, but San Francisco, of course, the ocean, it's beautiful, vistas everywhere. And we lived there for a time, and then Sabrina at that time got really interested in analog photography. And we were busy cleaning out a closet because we were doing this door thing, and she found her cameras.
But I don't take pictures anymore, and I'm not going to be one of those people that pretend that I take pictures and I'm amazing.
I thought some of your pictures were great back in the day.
Thank you, but okay, so I got into
She got into the super low budget analog camera game.
I haven't used them in years.
We got some great stuff out of it. This is the one.
That's the one.
The Holga. Yeah, these things are plastic camera. But they're prized because they're so cheap. They even have like plastic lenses, and because they're so the quality control is so hit or miss. Each Holga basically produces its own sort of fingerprint style of photographs with its weird problems and issues, and that's what this is. There's a whole school of people who are all about plastic cameras.
How do I open it? There we go. And I got a Polaroid. I got that at a tag sale. Very exciting.
Yep.
Hey, it's buzzing.
Is it? Why is it buzzing? You shouldn't have any batteries. You haven't opened that thing in years. Wow, it's charging up. That's the flash.
I don't have
Is there any film in it?
No. I don't think so.
No film.
Well, no. Okay.
Okay, well that's it. Well, thank you so much, and I hope that you submit more questions because we do like answering them. And thanks for suffering through the badly edited footage of our trip to Home Depot, and that's it. So the point of all of this is Pongo is safe.
Pongo is safe from eating cat poop.
Okay, and that's it. So happy Friday, and we will talk to you folks later. And if you have any questions specifically for Sabrina, please, I beg you, ask them. Okay, talk to you later. Bye-bye.